What's next? In this area is the soul of the man who just passed away, and that red hat is his that the police happen to have left. They said they would take the couch, but honestly, the soul is sitting on it, and he seems to be stuck in this area, and that's okay. But I'd like to discuss what it's like to talk to spirits, what it's like to talk to ghosts. There is rarely an actual word-for-word conversation that comes into my head. It's more like concept or ideas. Like I see an image in my head and I can use that image to translate and figure out what it's or him or her is trying to say. This, for people, sometimes I can understand from their references. People who once passed away, they give me references from their life, and sometimes it doesn't make any sense, so I ask for clarity, and I ask clarity from one of my guardian angels, and they use a reference from my life. And I can see these images, and because the brain works so quickly that I can have a whole conversation quickly in my head by just seeing images and going, I need more clarity, image, image, image. And I can say my words, and then they can say their images. And that's the briefest way to explain it. And not all beings use that kind of imagery. Some just, when they appear to me, I can understand just by their energy or just by being there or their expression on their faces. I can actually see them with my mind's eye. And they don't really communicate, but I know they're peaceful or they're not peaceful, because some spirits don't want to communicate with us. There's a lot of spirits that don't want to communicate with us. Some people ask, if there are so many spirits, why doesn't everyone see them? It's because you just don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to accept your own instincts. Humans believe we're above animals, so we don't use our instincts. And your sixth sense, your spiritual ability to communicate, is part of that. It's behind the instinct kind of thing. We believe that animals learn their instincts, it's genetic. It's from their bodies, and it's just every animal learns it. It just happens to be in them. But instincts comes from a much more source nature. And because, look at it, we know what the brain looks like, but we can't figure out where the instinct sits. And there's something intuitive that all animals accept, intuitive that a lot of humans do not accept. So why can't everyone see spirits? Because they just deny that ability. Simple as that. And if you want to see spirits, you just have to accept your intuition. You'll get images in your head, and they'll be right or wrong, but you'll just accept them. I mean, sometimes when you have an instinct or a premonition that's wrong, it's not wrong at all. It's just your perception of it. It's your ability to translate it. But the more you work with it, the better you are. So it's like playing a musical instrument. When you start first playing a musical instrument, you sound like garbage. Every virtuoso sounded like trash when they first started playing their musical instrument. But they had to go start from somewhere. And as time went on, they worked with it, and they learned what worked and what didn't work for them. And the best virtuosos kind of tweak things. The best golfers really don't follow a lot of the teachings that a pro golfer would give them in the beginning, because they grow out of that and they go their own way. That's just like psychic ability. You have to accept your initial premonitions, right or wrong, look what you did learn, and move on from there. And, people will tell you how to be psychic and blah, blah, blah. That's a good starting ground, but you have to let go. You have to let go of those teachings and develop your own, to really get good at it. The best psychics really don't follow too much what they originally learned in the beginning. It's like evolution. You evolve your abilities. You had the original instinct, and you grew from that. And that's just what it's like to speak to spirits. Is it It's images in your head, or sometimes it's words in your head, but the words that you get in your head are not exactly the words that they're trying to communicate. It's just their words, and then you have to ask for clarity for using your own words, combine the two, and you'll get the message. And the mind's a wonderful thing, and the more you exercise it, the more you use it, the quicker it'll get. So initially when you talk to spirits, you'll get this weird stuff, scary stuff. And I can explain why ghosts appear scary, because honestly, when you don't get attention and you want that attention, one of the best attention getters is to be scary. Like, look at me, boom. Being nice and pleasant, you tend to miss those things, but scary and shocking, you tend to catch it. And there's also beings who kind of feed off of fear. And, that's just one of the things, is that fear is a great energy device. The world is all energy, and fear is very strong. It's a brief, boom. Happiness and big laughter is also a strong energy device, but, just being happy, just being sad, it's not as big as being fear, or being afraid, being terrified, or being just totally joyous. Joyous and fear are two big energy devices, but fear is the easiest one to get out of someone because it's shocking. It's right in the minute. I think I've meandered a little bit, but trying to explain for me what it's like to talk to spirits, because it is really hard to explain to a lot of people who, of course, don't believe in it, or those who have seen ghosts, but they use that sight of the ghost and try to say, well, I want to see it more. I want to see it again. And they can't, because that fear thing is kind of separate from the ability to communicate with them. It's more of a in your face, scare you, absorb some of your energy, and I've got what I needed. Goodbye. I think I've gone far enough with this, and I might explain more if anyone's interested. If you're interested, comment, say, hey, can I have more information about this? And if you're not, say, go pound sand. Either way, a comment's a comment. If you like this content, subscribe. If you don't like this content, insult me. I'm cool with it, because I use YouTube as a joyous device. I like making these videos, and if one person enjoys it, it's good to me. If no one enjoys it, it's fine. It's out there in the universe. Not my problem. I guess that's enough. Just be good to each other. Be calm. Be peaceful. And know you have everything you need deep down inside you. What's next?